Some white people came up with the idea to send me into Ferguson. You know, where all the unrest is going on right now, the racial unrest, the racial tension. You got all those KKK members running around in police uniforms, killing black people, starting riots, then getting upset at the black people because they're having riots, because they're being oppressed. Ferguson. So the idea was, because I guess don't look black to some people, they're going to send me in undercover and I can give a full accounting of what is actually going on there, because they're saying, well, because I'm a quarter black, the blacks will be like, we have representation there, and because to them I look white, I can get in. And I'm thinking they're thinking that because I look white, I'm not going to get racially oppressed, so therefore they're going to prove their point. Let me tell you, it backfired. I wasn't in Ferguson 10 minutes when, bam, I got 3 parking tickets and 2 tickets for walking while partially black. Now, never mind the partially black ticket for a minute. Let's look at the 3 parking tickets. I wasn't even driving a car. I didn't have a parked car. I wasn't in a car. I wasn't driving a car. And I got 3 parking tickets. I think that says a lot right there. Those Ferguson cops, them good old boys, they homed right in on my quarter blackness, and bam, they had me written up for 3 parking tickets, despite the fact that I didn't even come into town in a car. Now, as you can imagine, I was quick to point out to them that I did not have a car, but it did not seem to matter. That got me my 2nd parking ticket. When I started laughing, somewhat hysterically, at the absurdity of the fact that I got 2 parking tickets and I had no car to park, no driving, no car, I got my 3rd parking ticket. I shook my head, took my parking tickets, and I walked away. What else are you going to do? It's Ferguson. I'm a black man. You know what's going to happen. So I'm strolling down the street, and bam, I get my next ticket. I'm staring incredulously at the officer. I'm like, what did I do, officer? What did I do, sir? And he looked at me and he said, you're walking while partially black, boy. What are you supposed to say to that? I was stunned. First of all, I couldn't believe that he could tell that I was only partially black. And second of all, I was like, holy crap. These guys are like bloodhounds for black people. Them Ferguson boys, those Ferguson boys in blue, they can hone in on a black person no matter what percentile of their blood is black. They just know. Boom, black. I don't know if it's being raised in the KKK. I don't know if it's the fact that their granddaddy's been in the KKK since history began. Something gives them that bloodhound nose for black people. And as if to prove the point, no sooner had I started walking again, I was maybe 2 blocks down from where I got my first ticket for walking while partially black. And bam, another Ferguson police officer comes out of the blue. He says, hey, boy. And I'm like, what now? I turn and look at him. He says, what you think you doing, boy? I looked at him. I said, walking down the street, sir. He says, well, I'm going to have to write you a ticket. I shook my head. I said, let me guess. Walking while partially black. He looked at me. He said, how'd you know? I said, well, I just got one a block back. He said, well, that's a good thing, because as long as you've gone a block, I'm free to give you another one. Whatever them white folks thought, sending me in undercover in Ferguson, it backfired, because all my trip to Ferguson proved was that those boys are about as racist as it gets. A man of my color, a black man like myself, I would not live in Ferguson. You could not pay me enough money to live in Ferguson. My suggestion, if you're black, is to get the hell out of Ferguson. If you can't get the hell out of Ferguson, maybe what you need to do is paint yourself white. I suggest the easiest thing to do is just wrap yourself in a bed sheet, put one of them white KKK hats on, and just walk around like that. All you're going to need then is a little face paint right around your eyes, because that's where the slit in the mask is. They'll never know, and then they'll leave you alone. I think that's the safest thing you can do if you can't get out of Ferguson and you are a black man or a black woman in Ferguson today. What about your kids? Same thing. Get the little sheets, get the little hats, a little bit of face paint. It's going to be good. I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience, because if you're outdoors, you pretty much have to constantly be in those outfits. But you can take them off when you get indoors, and none of them good old boys are looking at you with their prying eyes. That's about the only solution I could see until the president decides to come in and clean out all those good old white boys. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon.